What it do? What's going on? I hope everybody's having a good day today. Blessings. We're going into video number 3. So today, so far so good. Made it to the gym today this morning. Got my 3.5 miles in, a little bit of weight training, which ties directly into what I would like to talk to today. I'm going to talk about fitness, specifically physical fitness, okay? Physical fitness is something that should be a part of everybody's life, right? From the day that they are aware of things going on, as little babies and kids, you're crawling, you're walking, you're climbing, you're getting into stuff, you're being active without even really knowing that you're doing that. But all the way until the day that you die. I had a good chance to talk with a couple elderly gentlemen today, but one in particular, as I was on the treadmill hitting my miles, he reached out to me and started asking me some questions. We spoke up. We had a little conversation about a few things, and he was sharing with me how this was a 72-year-old man. He had just had a heart attack, I think he said last year or 2 years ago, and he ended up having to get a stent in his heart. And even when he was, I think he said around 46 years old, he had quadruple bypass surgery. But if you saw him, you would have never even knew anything like that was happening. I mean, me just being the person I am, it was good enough that he was walking on the treadmill. So I know people that are around that age and they can't even do that. But I glanced over to see, what's that speed looking like though? And he was getting it. He was at like a 3.0. So 3 miles per hour, 20-minute pace. And I was just like, yeah, he's doing really well, especially hearing his backstory. That was really good to hear. That he's taking his health seriously, he's being active, and he plans on living another 30 years. He said he would like to make it to 100, which I firmly believe he'll hit that. He seemed like a dedicated type. But fitness is something that's great. Fitness is something that's necessary. Fitness is something that plays a part in many different aspects of your lives without even truly realizing it, right? So some people will talk about, well, why? What's the point of being physically fit? Now, I could talk about this for hours, but there's going to be some main things, hopefully, that will strike a chord and get you serious about it and make you understand, okay, yeah, this is something that I should take into consideration. If you're already physically fit, been working out, great. If you haven't, there's always today. So one thing to consider is the financial aspect of being physically fit. There's all different types of ways of working out. You see people go to the gym, people hike, people walk, bike, swim, CrossFit, hoop, whatever your sport is. One interesting thing out here, they have something called pickleball. I had never even heard of it. I was familiar with tennis. I was familiar with handball, but pickleball, I was just like, what is that? But that's a big thing that a lot of people like to do out here. But a way that it ties in with your finances is, if you are, I've never been on the exchange before. I've been fortunate enough to have jobs where the insurance was offered through my employer. But you have these things that are called premiums, right? So these are a certain amount of money that they're pulling from your paycheck, every pay period, bi-weekly, weekly, bi-monthly, whatever that is. They're going to pull money out for your health insurance. They're going to pull money out for your dental insurance. They're going to pull money out for your vision. Now, based on the type of plan that you get will determine how much for the health insurance that they're going to be pulling out. Now, anybody that's ever been to a doctor, emergency room, urgent care, you're probably familiar with the term copay, right? Which is short for co-payments. Now, they have these things where, you show up, once you hit a certain deductible amount, you'll pay your co-pays until you hit that amount, and then any visit after that should be free. Now, with me, I realized that, hey, if you're a fairly healthy person, you exercise, you pay attention to your vitals, your organs, you're conscious of what you're putting in your body, and you stay relatively fit, you're not going to be going to the doctor that much. For me, I think I usually go to the doctor once a year for an annual physical. I have a few things that I keep at home to just stay on top of my vitals, but once a year worked out perfectly for me to where I was able to elect to get a certain health plan. They call it high deductible health plan, HDHP, which I pay lesser in premiums throughout the year. Now, the deductible that I have to hit is higher before the copay and insurance starts kicking in. But when calculating out the numbers, it was more beneficial for me to just go that route versus paying a higher premium with the lower deductible and doing things that way. I was able to save more money. Something else that happens is, you notice if you are one that is not as healthy as you would like to be, you find yourself having to go to the doctor quite frequently, or an urgent care, wherever you like to go. You're going to be paying more in co-pays, right? And that stuff starts adding up. And you got to take on, well, this is the prescription that I have to get to deal with the element that I'm dealing with. Certain things you might be born with, certain autoimmune deficiencies, etc. But there are things that are in your control that you can take a handle on with the proper lifestyle changes, right? So I never met anybody that doesn't want more money. So this is something that if you take care of your fitness, you'll find more of your hard-earned dollars in your account every month, week. The next thing I would say that's a very important reason would be how you feel. We are not designed initially, well, at least I've never met anybody who was just born in a way where they're not able to function, unless, of course, assuming they're not born with some sort of deficiency, right? Your average person, nobody, well, depending, I guess, on what the mom was eating, nobody comes out obese or things of that nature. These are things that happen based on our lifestyle and the choices that we make. So working out, that's something that will definitely help with that. You'll feel better. You'll have more energy to do things. You'll have more energy to be present for your family, your friends, your kids, if you have them. You'll have more energy to really just be present for yourself. You gotta, if you're lucky, you're getting 8 hours of sleep. Me, on a good day, I'm getting about 7, 6, right? I got the evidence to show for it. But I find myself, if I'm able to go and get that workout in, I'm able to just blaze through the mornings and kind of just fizzle out at night, so you'll be able to get that. You're able to keep your hormones level at the places that they should be. Now, me, I'm a male. I can't speak for a woman. I've never been a woman, don't ever want to be. But testosterone is something that's very important for me and for men. And without the proper activity, maybe resistance training, and eating a sufficient diet to support it, those testosterone levels drop, especially as we get older. And we don't want to find ourselves being in a position where we can't be the men that we were desired to be, right? Something else that comes to mind is just, you got to think about the people that love you and depend on you. I know for myself, I got a couple kids, I got a wife, I got, parents, I got siblings, I got friends, cousins. Um, Hopefully they like me enough to want to keep me around. I know I got some policies out on me, but I tell them I'm more valuable here than I am 6 feet under. But taking care of my physical fitness allows me to be active in their lives, go and play basketball with my son, chase my daughter around, wrestle with my wife, carry 15 grocery bags after we go shopping in one arm to balance out, closing the trunk of the vehicle and still be able to open the other door, being able to carry heavier things around, being able to go on new activities and hiking, and your friends want to go do something, let's go hoop, okay, let's go do it, or do anything that would require a certain level of fitness. You want to just be available to participate in those type of things. So yeah, the next question might come up, well, when should I be exercising? I say, hey, now, yesterday, this is something that you don't have to push off, or, well, I don't have a gym membership, or, I'm waiting for these weights, or, I have to start it next week or the start of next month, or it's just excuses, right? There's certain things that you can do even now. Just take a walk around the block. That's being active. If you got a dog, walking your dog, that's a form of activity. They have these things called calisthenics, so push-ups, sit-ups if you want. You live in a 2-story house, walk up and down the stairs a few times. There's all sorts of different things that you can do. There shouldn't be any sort of thing that's stopping you. And if there's something that you would like to do in the future, but you're just not there yet, you can work your way up to that point eventually. So, how we just went over a few of those things right there, but any sort of activity that's going to get you up and moving. We're not designed to be sedentary. We do a lot of sitting, where it's at work, or you're sleeping, or watching TV, or sitting down reading a book. There's many different things that you can do to change that around, so people can enjoy you more, so that you can stay around longer, so you can feel better. You get out the shower, when you're looking at the mirror, it won't be a look of disgust. It'll be more of a, yeah, I did that. I put the work in, and these are the results that come from it. I know from my experience, you see young people at the gym. I'm a gym guy. I grew up playing basketball. I try to play when I can, but I find it easier for me with the time that I have to just go in, do my hour and a half, get out, whether it's sunny or snowing or ice or whatever's going on outside. It doesn't affect me if I'm inside of the gym doing that. So you meet a lot of different people there of various ages as well. And it's inspiring to see a lot of the older, more seasoned people, or senior citizens, however you classify them, in there still working out, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, a few of them looking cut up, ripped up naturally, hopefully. And but they got their routine, and they're staying consistent, and they're able to share their testimonies of how it has benefited them throughout their lives, and they can still be present for their kids and their grandkids, and do, live the life that they want to live and that they had hoped to live. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the gains from y'all, and just hearing about different activities. This is going to be a year where you can take control of your body if you haven't done so already. And it just starts with the first step, right? It may not be where you want to be, but you can always, everybody has a starting point, and it doesn't matter where you start, it's just where you finish. So take that into consideration, highly encourage it. See how you feel, try it out. You might actually like it. It might be a form of therapy. Just keep pressing on. Hope you have a blessed day. Catch you in the next one.